Last family vacation, last July, we went to California. And we were at a Disney park. And at this particular Disney park, they had a kind of a static parade where everybody came to a circle. They did the parade in front of you, kind of a thing, and a little concert, a little music, and all kinds of animated figures, and then you leave. Well, Haley, our fourth daughter, was a year and a half old, and so we had a stroller full of everything that could fit in a minivan. Not just the back of the minivan, but the whole minivan. And that's really bumming me. In fact, I need to let go of that right now. Susan, because of that, took out her purse and set it on a bench where we were sitting, and we fed Haley during that time. We walked about 5 minutes away to the next ride we were going to go on, and Susan looked at me and said, "Did you take my purse?" Well, I tease sometimes, and I hide things because she misplaces them, and okay, she needs to let go of that. She realized it wasn't me, and she ran back to where it was. Well, about 5 minutes had gone by, and she hadn't come back, so I ran, and here's what I found out. I took the girls, we ran over there, and Susan had done what you and I would do. She went to the nearest vendor, Disney vendor, and said, "Has somebody turned in a purse?" And the guy turned white. His facial expression showed there's a problem. He says, "Yes, they did." But when this guy returned it, he turned to a lady behind him and said, "Oh, is this yours?" And she said, "Yes." We said, "What'd she look like?" So, resentment toward this lady, who whatever color hair she had in her yellow shirt, just started flooding and poisoning my soul. It wasn't so much that Susan's purse was gone and all the cash that was in it, but here's what I found out, and this is what really did it for me. We stopped Susan's phone immediately. It is amazing. Verizon must have this happen all the time. I stopped the phone in like 30 seconds, and with no problem of turning it back on. But in the meantime, Megan was calling it all the time to as if that person was in some restroom stall, that it was going to be going off the whole time, you know. Well, the purse got returned. Somebody found it sitting on a table. And everything was in it except Susan's phone. I figured, that's okay. It'll cost less. Her cash, that made me mad. But this made me really mad. Every cent that Kelsey had in cash, hidden in this little compartment in the purse, was stolen. And the fact that that person stole my little baby's money just made me mad. And resentment poisoned my soul. Until this. That night I couldn't hold on any longer because it was killing me inside. A little piece of me was dying inside. And I finally prayed to God, I want to let go. And it didn't quite happen for me until I recognized the weight of my own sin. And the way I did that in that particular situation, and maybe you need to do this, is I wanted to find out where in my sin am I like that person? Where in my life would I take advantage of an opportunity given me that might be wrong? Would I steal a towel from a hotel room? If the IRS sent me a letter and said, "Oh, we've made an error, and here's $1 million. Have a nice day." You know, would I take it? Of course I would. So I started thinking about that. And it wasn't until, again, I came back where the vertical meets the horizontal. I came back and realized the weight of my own sin and how I'm capable of maybe not doing what she did, but I can do something just as bad. And I was able to let go. What about you? Maybe you're holding on to resentment. Maybe it's abuse by your father. You know, I know that's in this room. Maybe it's sexual abuse. Can you begin to let go of resentment and not hold on to this prison wall of unforgiveness by recognizing the weight of your sin and the debt that was paid for you? Another imagery that's really helped me here is that if you were abused, if you were wronged in any fashion, I've been asked so many times, what was God doing sitting idly by watching that happen? I think Christ gives us a different perspective. I think Christ gives us a perspective that he was being abused when I was abused. He was being wronged when I was wronged. He wasn't sitting idling by. He was tortured with me. We need to let go and not hold on to the prison wall of revenge, the prison wall of resentment, and third, the prison wall of regret. Regret is a thought that I could change the past. Regret is the thought that I could change the past. This is big in my personality. I think certain personalities really struggle with regret. Opportunity costs in economics, the thought that I could change the past. I wish I would have said. I wish I would have done. If only this, then I wouldn't even be here. Regret, it's big with me. And it doesn't happen, it happens to me in big things, but it happens to me, and it might happen for you in little things. Little things. I'm sensitive. I don't know why, but I'm sensitive. Sensitivity is kind of this inverted pride, really, if you want to be honest about it. And so if Susan or one of my girls or somebody I'm around, if they say something that kind of hurts me, I got the regret thing I'm holding on to for quite a while. I wish I wouldn't have said, I wish I wouldn't have done, because then they wouldn't have done that, and now I'm holding on. And maybe it's that way for you. It just happened to me this week. David Robinson and I were coaching a girls' team of basketball in a summer league in Ohio. And was anybody here January 1st when I talked about my speeding ticket in Ohio? Yeah. Well, for me, that's been the gift that just keeps on giving. I went to what's affectionately known now in Auburn as Kelly's license branch, and I got called up, and I wanted to renew my license. And this lady was really kind to me. I had the opposite experience of what Kelly had. And she was really kind to me. She said, "Haven't I heard you on WBCL?" I said, "It was probably my brother." "No, it was you." I said, "I've been on there a few times." She goes, "Yeah, you have 3 daughters, don't you?" I said, 4. "Yeah, that's right, 4. I said, "Can I renew my license?" "Sure." "I like listening to you." I said, "Thank you." She was so kind. But she had an overinflated worth of me, I can tell you that right now. So she's going on, and she said, looks at the people beside her, "There must be something wrong with my computer. It says that you need to take the Indiana driver's test before you can have your license renewed." It's not funny. So I respond by saying, "Well, I think I've only had a ticket once in like 18 years. After I got scared straight after driver's training and all those other things. So anyway, I said, "Only in 18 years?" I said, and it was in Ohio." "Oh, I'm sure that's not it. It's got to be my computer." She hits it. She hits the monitor. She goes, "I'll go ask my manager," and here's what I see and hear. "Well, I don't know. It might be how fast he was going over the speed limit. That could have a lot to do with it. I'll call." Well, she called, and that was it. Well, she said, "Do you want to take the test now? The driver's manuals are brand new. They changed a lot of things, and they just came in today, and you can have the first one." I said, "I'm not going to take it now. I'll take it later." Well, my 16-year-old had to take the driver's test that week, so we'll remember for the rest of our lives that when Megan took hers, I took mine, and we both passed. Thank God. So I've been intimate with the Indiana driver's manual. I get to this country road intersection by my house close to the school. That's really important to this factor, what happened. I'm gesturing to David like this, and I said, "See, this is what the Indiana driver's manual doesn't really quite talk about," because I'd shared this whole story with them. I said, 2 people coming to the intersection at the same time at a 2-way stop. She's turning left, I'm going straight. I know, David, did I get there first? You got there first. I got here first? You got there first. I said, because if she thinks she got here first, she really can go first, but nobody abides by it, and everybody's confused by it. 2 cars go by, I go. David, was I here first? You were here first. I go. As I look in the window, this lady's got her hands up, gesturing me like this. I put my window down and I said, "Get your hands back on the 10-2 driving wheel position." And I put my wheel out. No, I didn't, but I wanted to. That's what I was thinking. I knew the lady. Yes, it was you. No, it wasn't. I knew the lady. That really bothered me because, I'm feeling now I was wronged. And regret set in. I wish I would have just let her go first. Why don't I just be Mr. Nice Guy all the time and I don't have to worry about junk like this? And I'm doing this prayer thing. It's a whole other talk, but I'm doing this prayer thing, and I get to the point where I just have to let go of it with God. And I finally reconciled with her on Saturday morning where I usually see her, and she tried to tell me it wasn't me, but when she told me her side of the story, it was me. And she just said, "I saw this guy gesturing, and I just gestured back." She was being funny. She wasn't really mad. All that because of regret, the thought that I could change the past.